Okay, question 2, but before that, why did the bacon laugh? Because the egg cracked a yolk. Okay, question 2 is asking us, the density of copper is 8.96 grams per centimeter cubed. You have a solid copper cylinder with a base radius of 1 centimeter and a height of 5 centimeters. How much does it, the solid copper cylinder, weigh? Round your answer to the nearest gram. Great, so I'm thinking I have a solid copper cylinder. It might look like this can of beans, but imagine that it's all copper, or the material that pennies are made out of. I know the density of the copper, they tell me that. The density of copper is 8.96 grams per centimeter cubed. And I think that I can figure out the volume of the cylinder because they give me the radius and the height. I want to figure out how much it weighs. So this whole unit is about the relationship between density, mass, and volume. Density equals mass divided by volume. I'm thinking that I know the density of this copper. I think I can find the volume. Another word for weight is mass. So when I'm being asked how much does it weigh, I'm being asked what is the mass? How much does this weigh? If I put this on a scale, is it 3 pounds? Is it 100 grams? Is it 14 ounces? How much does this weigh? So let's plug in the values that we do know. We know the density of copper is 8.96 grams per centimeter cubed. Cool. We don't know the mass, that's what we want to find, but we know that we can figure out the volume. I'm going to draw a picture to help with this. So here's my copper cylinder. I know that the radius of the cylinder is, from the center to the side, 1 centimeter. I know that the height of the cylinder is 5 centimeters. And I know that the volume formula for a cylinder, or for any two-based figure, is the area of one base times the height, or the area of a base multiplied by the distance between the bases. I ask myself, what's the shape of this base? It's a circle. The area formula for circle is pi r squared. Okay, but I don't want to just know the area of the circle. I want to know the volume of this whole thing. So I have to multiply this area by the height. And I'm told that the height is 5 centimeters, so I think I can figure this out. Let's plug in numbers. Volume equals pi times my radius is 1 squared times height of 5 centimeters. Order of operations tells me I need to do this exponent first. I need to get rid of this. 1 squared is the same as 1 times 1, which is just 1, times 5 times pi. 5 times 1 times pi, I did that on my calculator, equals 15.7 centimeters cubed. Why centimeters cubed? Because I'm dealing with volume. Technically here, I'm going to add in my units in the equation. I had my radius of 1 centimeter. When I squared that, not only did I do 1 times 1, I did centimeters times centimeters, which got me centimeters squared. Then here I did a height of 5 centimeters. Here when I did centimeters times centimeters times centimeters, I ended up with centimeters cubed, or to the 3rd power. Cool, so now I know that this is the volume of my cylinder. I'm going to write that up here, 15.7 centimeters cubed. If I want to find the mass, though, I need to isolate this variable, this m. This just looks like an algebra equation. If you have 10 equals x divided by 2, how would you get x by itself? Well, here x is being divided by 2, so to get rid of this division, you would need to perform the opposite operation, or multiply by 2. So x divided by 2, to get rid of divided by 2, you multiply both sides by 2. It would give me 20 equals, this reduces to 1, x. Same idea over here. except now we have decimals and units. Don't let that confuse you. Multiply both sides by 15.7. That's like the 2 here. 15.7 centimeters cubed on this side, multiply by 15.7 centimeters cubed on this side, and a really cool thing happens. That goes away, and I'm left with mass equals 8.96 times 15.7. Let's figure that out. 8.96 times 15.7. Remember, I multiplied both sides by 15.7. That's how I got this. Equals 140.672. A cool thing happens. These centimeters cubed cancel out because one's on the numerator, one's in the denominator. I'm left with, what was that number? Oops. 140.6 grams. I still have this unit up here. So I'm saying the mass is 140.6 grams. I'm being asked to round to the nearest gram. They mean the nearest whole gram. This tenths place is greater than 5, so that means I can round the next place up 1. So I'm left with 141 grams.